an example of a construction industry-based SharePoint intranet. This will include things like Toolbox talks to promote safety, company news announcements, such as Employee of the Month, as well as quick navigation to things like sales dashboards, project dashboards, document centers, and policies. As well as that, there's also a project tracker, which will give your employees a snapshot of information of what's going on with projects, and even has click-throughs to the project folders, which are completely templated and automated, so you have a consistent folder structure, and also answering common employee questions with an FAQ section. My name's Dougie Wood, and I am a Microsoft MVP. I've been building out solutions just like this for customers all over the world for the past 20 years. We are available to help you with SharePoint. So if you would like some professional help with SharePoint, there's a link in the description below to contact me. So what we have here is a bit of an example of a SharePoint intranet that's built for a construction company. Typically, what you find with home pages for construction company intranets, that they're reasonably kind of simplistic, as they're not overly complicated. They just want to have a bit of information and simple navigation. So you can see we've got a bit of a title there, built for the people who build. And we have our kind of news section, and the news section is made up of Toolbox talks, which are very common in the construction industry, on site for kind of safety updates and things like that. But it's good to kind of sort of have a culture of keeping safety front of mind. So often a lot of construction companies like to have Toolbox talks actually on their intranet homepage as well. Company news, general kind of updates, things like that. Maybe this could even be updates from the board, or anything else which is kind of going on around the organization. You might have kind of employees of the month, and this again could be something that's presented in a couple of different ways, but essentially any of these are kind of news articles that when you click through, will actually, you can see the full kind of details of the article, and in here could be links off to other things, other resources, documents, videos, things like that, which are embedded. But essentially, the main kind of purposes of a SharePoint intranet is communication, to give people information that they want to get access to, as well as navigation, so easily being able to access things. So for construction, it's often things like sales dashboards, project dashboards, document centers, HR policies, procedures, things like that, is all really useful information. And we can display this in a couple of different ways with our navigation bar. So it could be large kind of tiles, small buttons, a carousel. We could use icons, or we could even use kind of imagery as well. So if you wanted to have more kind of imagery rather than icons, that's something that's really simple and easy to do as well. Other very common things that we tend to find on construction SharePoint intranets are things like project information. So project tracking, for example. Now, you might already be using kind of project tracker, or you might be looking for something that's quite lightweight that you can present certain information. So quite often, I worked in the past before with construction companies that are using Dynamics 365 for tracking projects. However, they wanted to pull certain information into SharePoint because Dynamics 365 is very expensive, and a lot of project tracking tools are very expensive. So we could pull out key information from Dynamics 365 and present it in a SharePoint list, where it's free for everyone to access on the intranet homepage. So it might just be core information. So for the project tracker, we might want to see projects by where they're delayed, in progress, or not started. And then we can open them up and we can see some key information on the project. Now, these columns are obviously completely bespoke. Every customer wants something slightly different, but typically there's some kind of ID system, and that could be generated from SharePoint, like an automated generated ID, or it could be something you manually input if it's generated from another system. Often it's kind of like a code that's made up of maybe part of the address of the place or whatever it may be, essentially. Often as well, there's a level of kind of documents, project documents and files which go along with this. So every single project that we create in our project tracker, it automatically creates a folder structure which is templated. So say, for example, if I was just to open up a sample project folders here, you could see this is our projects area. So for our kind of projects, we've got a folder structure, and every single project follows the same kind of folder structure. So all of the folders are exactly the same in every single project that we have. You can see they're all identical. You can even insert documents. If you have templated Word documents, Excel documents, PowerPoints, whatever it may be, you could automatically have them deployed as well as part of that pre-agreed folder structure. So whenever you've got a new project, it's nice and simple to have that folder structure automatically deployed and say linked to your project tracker. So it's really easy then to kind of find that information afterwards. We are available to help you with SharePoint. So if you would like some professional help with SharePoint, there's a link in the description below to contact me. We can also see start dates, end dates, maybe who the project manager is, if you want to reach out to contact them, the completion percentage, the budget, are we on track, things like that. And by clicking the actual project itself, you can see we can open up a full project form, so we can see actually the full details of that project as well if we wanted to, even any comments about the project or anything that we might want to track as part of that project as well. Then further down the page, we also have our kind of FAQs. Now, FAQs are really important from an employee perspective. They might want to know things like, how do I submit expenses, book annual leave, things like that. And you can get access to this information really easily. And there's plenty of ways that we could surface this. So it doesn't have to just be a kind of accordion style that when you open it, you kind of see the kind of the question as well as the answer. But actually, one of the things I often recommend is you can put any text imagery and things like that to answer this. But one thing which works quite well, I found in the construction industry, is quite often there's a lot of kind of weight that's given to the kind of authority of people that are in senior positions. So actually having an answer that's coming, or it looks like it's coming directly from someone. So say, for example, how do I submit expense requests? If that kind of answer is coming directly from the CFO, that's obviously going to be trusted. And even maybe on a button which opens up, maybe, I don't know what app you're using for tracking expenses, but it could even be built in SharePoint. It could be a Power App that's built in Microsoft 365. But essentially that opens up that app to submit expenses. Same goes for, say, how do I book annual leave? Maybe the answer is coming from the people director, your HR director. And again, linking off to a particular app that's maybe booking that kind of annual leave. But again, all of that's going to be trusted a lot more because it looks like it's coming, the answer is coming directly from someone in a senior position. I would recommend, though, that however you display your FAQs, it's really important to get them into SharePoint, because you'll more than likely heard of things like Copilot, or Copilot Studio, or some form of AI which is plugging into your day-to-day work documents and data. And it allows your employees to actually be able to ask questions. Now, if your data is all a mess, or maybe you don't even have the answers, obviously AI is going to struggle to answer your employees' questions. The other thing which is really important as part of a construction SharePoint intranet is having the ability for document control and managing versioning of documents and making sure that you actually have kind of documents all in one place. Again, from a kind of policies and procedures point of view, or any other types of documents that you're trying to track. So you might have something a little bit like this. Now, this example is more kind of is set up more for kind of manufacturing, but the principle is very much the same. You might have an area of your SharePoint intranet dedicated to document control, where people can jump directly into policies, procedures, manuals, training videos, things like that. And this system is actually designed to have reviewers, so people actually making sure that documents stay up to date, approvers, so actually approving documents. Again, we've got things like FAQs, so it could be basically, can I change a version number? Maybe linking directly to specific department-based documents. Maybe it's linking to status-based documents. Or if you have auditors, so things like ISO 9001 requires people to come in and do audits, and you could jump directly to specific things you know that they're going to want to see from a kind of quality perspective. Now, if I just jump into the back end, this is actually the document library which runs this particular document control. You can see we have a SharePoint library which has been configured to have multiple different columns in it. Now you can see we've got documents by type, so we could have manuals, policies, SOPs, things like that. Every document has a version number, so every document actually is tracked with either basically it's got a major version, so like 1.0 0, 2.0, 3.0, and has minor versions like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. And it's only at the point of approval does it then increment. But we can actually track. We have what we call version control or version history, so we can see a full audit. And if you do have auditors, this is something they definitely want to see. Is basically where the documents have been approved, who approved them, what changes have been made, when. You can go back and actually even view it from a previous point in time, and all of that kind of changes are fully tracked inside of SharePoint. Every document has a approval status, so I say it's either draft, pending, or approved, and it's only at the point of approval does it increment to the next version number. So you can see if it's draft or pending, it will always have a minor version against it. The other cool thing as well is we can hide minor versions from your end users. So it means they're only accessing the last sort of published approved version. Say, for example, the employee handbook is on version 6.2, but if I was just a typical end user, I would go into the system and I'd see version 6.0 as that was the last major approved version of the document. We can see when it was last modified and who last modified it. We can also see who the reviewer of the document is. So we can build workflows. So say, for example, we could have it so that on a review date, it automatically goes and emails a review to say, hey, come and review this document. You need to kind of make sure that this document stays up to date. And it can have automatic email chases. It could be that we then submit it for approval, and then we've got who the approver is. So we could have a workflow then which goes to that person and say, hey, please approve this document. And then on approval, it could automatically update the review date based on the review frequency. So say, for example, we are reviewing this document every 12 months. So it automatically adds 12 months from the approval date onto the review date. We can also tag it, and you can have as many tags as you like within reason. So you can have what type of sort of document it is, what department it relates to, so many different things. But it means we can filter it. So I could say filter by show me everywhere that it's a HR related document. And there we go. We can find our 3 HR related documents nice and simply like that as well. But again, we could use this type of system to stay on top of our version control, making sure documents stay reviewed and stay nice and secure, and as well as having an approval process for any type of document that we wanted to as part of our intranet in SharePoint. So that's a high-level overview of that kind of intranet. As I say, I do sort of build these out for construction companies all over the world. So if you would like a SharePoint intranet like this, there's a link in the description below to contact me. If you enjoyed this video, click the video on screen now, as I think you'll find it really helpful. If you have any questions at all, use the comments feed below, and please do subscribe for more SharePoint content.